stream. We're going to be talking about the Schumann resonance today and probably get into a little bit of some space weather and yeah, maybe we'll talk about some other things as well. So whoever wants to talk about some things, let me know. How's everybody doing? I'm really I don't know about you guys right now, but I got this big surge of like tiredness, you know. So really interesting, really interesting. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's day going? We're gonna be getting into some data. See if you guys can hear me very well. You guys do hear me very well. All right. Let's jump right into this. All right. So for the Schumann resonance, let's get I'm gonna do a refresh right now so we can get the best update we can get right now. All right. Let's do this. All right. It's almost September 9th right now, and we're just a few hours away from it. And overall, of course, we've gotten just a little bit of activity today. As a matter of fact, let's kind of jump right into it. So yesterday, we were getting a big push in energy, and this sometimes bothers some of us, specifically me. Moving into today, of course, about 10 hours ago, we're definitely getting some of these big lines here. And as of right now, again, we did get some more lines. And again, this is a very moderate energy right here. So it's nothing too intense, but again, it's still, quite some energy, but nothing too crazy. I have been feeling really tired though lately. In terms of everything else has been quite calm, but we have noticed something in the sun. Now this one is starting to turn, this coronal hole. But this one actually looks like a butterfly. I'm not gonna lie, this one does look like a butterfly, and this one has grown even larger than the other one, and it's definitely starting to face the earth. So this one is quite massive. So it's going to be interesting to see how things shape up to be and what happens in the upcoming days, because we have no idea if this will increase solar flare activity or if this will lead to other things as well. But the sun right now, boy oh boy, definitely looking quite active. Welcome to the stream, Venita, is it? Hope you're having a good day. The Italian Schumann resonance. Well, let's give this a quick refresh. I'm gonna wait for it to refresh. Here it is. Not too much activity, but we are starting to actually see some activity, and we definitely got something here. So wait, why is there no data here? Is it just me, or did I just notice that? Is that a glitch or something? Because it's not actually showing full data here. So something could be going on. But of course, we definitely have some stuff going on. How's everybody doing, by the way? How's everyone feeling? This is the community station. Again, other stations are still down, which is quite unfortunate. So again, I have like 5 or 6 stations that I rely on. So far, solar wind has just picked up. The KP index is at a 2. I think it was like yesterday or a couple of days ago. We had a KP index of 5. We had a big M class solar flare, a lot of solar wind, and we had a G1 geomagnetic storm. Right now, we don't have none of that going on, other than the fact that solar wind activity has just jumped up by 100 km a second. So, this is definitely picking up right now. Besides that, of course, we're going to have to see what else happens. But overall, of course, that is essentially the data that we currently have. And it's not looking too crazy, but, I've been wrong, man. I've been just 100% wrong. So we're gonna have to see. My predictions have technically been wrong, but the Italian Schumann has proved me right. But the general Schumann resonance has definitely hasn't been really reflecting how we're feeling and or pretty much anything else. So very interesting here. We're learning more as we go. And some people were actually talking about the new comet. Apparently, it is half the diameter of the sun, but of course, that is not the actual asteroid itself, but more so of, I guess, I don't know what they call it, the thing surrounding it, like the gas and stuff like that, the thing that's around it, emitting. So very interesting, and basically, that comet is, anything could happen. So there's a lot of talks with that comet right now. People speculating whether it could just crash into this another asteroid, or will it also go in our belt, where it will be around hundreds of thousands of asteroids in our asteroid belt. We have no idea, but people are talking and speculating. So other than that, how's everybody doing? How's everyone's day? How's everyone been? Hopefully everyone can hear me. But overall, not much going on with the Schumann right now. Tomorrow is the 9/9 portal. Now, basically, I don't think there's anything happening astrologically on this date. So it's more so of a numerology date. And I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about that. But, if anything, it's a good time to release. But a lot of people have been saying that we are truly leveling up once again. I've been feeling, people have been saying they've been feeling lighter and more happier. I would definitely say more happier. I'm more happier, more calm, more relaxed. I'm literally about to fall asleep right now. But yeah. We're definitely in interesting times. So hopefully everybody's doing good, having a good day. Hopefully moderators show up. And some of the OG live stream members show up. What's up, Jessica? How you doing? Yeah, yeah, you're probably onto something. Well, welcome to the stream. Is it Jose? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I feel like we will probably get tested, you know? But I feel like we are already been tested quite a lot, you know? Um are you doing how's everybody doing, by the way? Are you doing good? Yeah, how is everyone doing? Nobody's saying anything. I've been really happy though. I feel like I've gone through some sort of quantum jump as well. Feel more happier, and feel like I got an idea of like what I want in life. You know, what I truly want. You know. What do you think our mission is, Jessica? I feel like we already are in 5D. That's the thing. See, the thing about that, I feel like a lot of that is like programmed to us because I think we'll have to realize that you got to make a choice to awaken, though, right? I feel like everybody has a choice to wake up. Or maybe something just has to trigger it, you know? I feel like for me, it had to get triggered or something. Something had to happen and it had to make me look for something, you know? It had to make me search for something. Even though I was searching for something within, I had to, you know? Uh, what are you waiting for? Or, yeah. See, I think the thing is that, like, I feel like everybody's, like, different. Like, I feel like there's two people. There's, like, two kinds of people in this journey, you know, or maybe even three kinds, right? Like, the ones who came in, know everything, like Dolores Cannon. And then you have the people who've been away for so long. And then we have the me, which is the ones who get it all congested in a few years. Oh, man. I think that's what it is. You know, you got all these people like Dr. Sabi and Dolores Canyon. You got like there's a lot of people I could name. And then you have like this other group of people that have been around or like for like 20, 30, 40 years. And then you got us who all woke up around 2018, 19, 2020. See, then that makes me question everything. I appreciate that, Crypto Billy. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? See, this makes me question everything. The question, the main thing, are only a certain amount of people available to ready up or wake up or remember during this period? Because I have like a bunch of theories where like every so maybe solar cycle, or well, in 2012 everyone felt something, 2020 everyone felt like every age a group of people wake up. Is every person meant to wake up, or is it more so like, I don't know. That becomes a question, right? I know not everybody's gonna wake up and realize what's going on in the world, and realize the simulation and everything, and realize that everything going on in the world, or this or that or whatever it is, you know. I don't think everybody will, but everybody can. That's what I think. So some people, may not wake up, but and then I have to see, the question is, are some of us just truly different though? You know what I mean? I mean, there's not really much going on. I think I threw everything within like 7 minutes. I pretty much talked about everything. So you could just watch the rewind. But there's not much activity. There's not really much at all going on. Other than the fact that there's another massive coronal mass ejection, or coronal hole in the sun. That's even larger than the current one. So the Italian Schumann, on the other hand, is quite, that one's quite active. But the general one just hasn't been active since when? Last month? August 31st? But yeah, I really appreciate everyone being here. Right, so this solar flash thing is that is more so of a time period, is what it is. It's not a day though. I know a lot of people have been saying flash, 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 but that was just a 1 day thing. It's not a 1 day thing, right? We thought it was, but it wasn't. It's a time period for like a year or a few years of it. And we're in that right now. We're technically in the peak, which might last for another year. And then another year until we get out of it, and then maybe it cools down. I have no idea. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of people for sure. You have a wonderful night. I really appreciate you popping into the stream. Appreciate everybody popping into the stream. And yeah, if you guys ever want to chat or talk and stuff like that, doing these live streams, I'm always down for it, So thank you, and you have a very good night or good day. Probably night though. I don't know. I think it froze for a second. Interesting. Froze at the worst time for me. Alright. I think that'll pretty much do. Alright. I think that'll pretty much do. Unless there's other people who want to talk and chat a little bit. But other than that, I pretty much got all the data. Ain't much going on. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and I appreciate everybody for watching the stream and whatnot. Don't be shy to talk. Um, all right. All right, I'm out of here. I think I'm out of here unless someone wants to talk or something. Jose, right? Is that what it is? Jose Torres? Am I saying the name right? How you doing? How you doing? What do we talk about? Hey, anything. anything life, anything like spiritual, but yeah. Alright, I'll finish off with this one. About a few years ago. Oh, okay, good. Good question here. How do you overcome fear of failure? Whenever I have a fear, man, I just do it. I just the way I go about it. Because I really feel like um any fear, like if you wanted to break it down, you would have to see where that fear is coming from. Failure. Are you afraid of failing because someone in your family failed, or is it because you don't want to mess up, or it just depends on the severity of failing, and is it an image thing? So when you find out where that's coming from, and you know kind of do the mental work on that and write it down and find out where it's coming from, then you could kind of work out, and maybe you could change the subconscious mind by writing down what it is and then writing down a new belief. So maybe you have a belief of failing that failing is bad. I don't fear failure whatsoever. I see failure as a stepping stone towards success. So that's how I see my mind. So whenever there's a fear of anything, I'm just gonna go straight through it. I know when there's a fear, and I know if I'm afraid of anything, whether it's talking to a female, whether it's talking to someone, or whether it's doing a presentation, or whether it's presenting anything, or doing anything involving a business, doing a business meeting, any fear of anything, I'm just gonna get right through it. That's the way I go. But specifically for failure, I reprogram my mind to see failure as a stepping stone towards success. So whether I come on here with 0 views and I'm embarrassing myself, I know that, okay, failed live stream, 0 views. How am I going to go about that? So when I see failure, I just go through it. When I see failure, not that I go through it, but I'm not afraid of it. I see it as a stepping stone to success. So program your mind to see failure as a stepping stone for success. See where you could learn from, because everybody's gonna fail, but you can keep failing, but eventually you'll make it. So you gotta believe in yourself. Yeah. That's very common. Most people don't want to take risks. For me, I don't want to ask questions. That was my thing. So in school, everyone would make fun of you for asking a question. If you asked a question mentally, well, I wouldn't say mentally, but like everybody would make fun of you for asking a question. Because if you have to ask a question, everybody thinks you're an idiot. So that got programmed into my mind, which means I don't ask questions. So whenever I was confused on a project or a homework, an assignment, I never asked the teacher questions because I was afraid of other people laughing at me for asking a simple question. Or because my teacher would tell me, did you not pay attention? I mean, so I kind of went and worked on my mind and said, okay, well, you can ask questions. Who cares about people laughing at you, right? Who cares if the teacher says, did you pay attention or not? I mean, I'm not going to remember every single word the teacher says, you know what I mean? So obviously I kind of had to work with that because some people punish you for asking questions or make fun of you. So in your situation, it's taking risk. You got to take risk. I take a lot of risk. Everybody takes risk. And you have to realize that you want to take calculated risk. You don't want to just take any sort of risk towards whatever you're working on or doing. You always want to make calculated risk. You always want to try to plan things out. Don't overthink it. Yeah. And you are good. Everybody's going to take risk, and yeah. Everybody programs something within anyone at a young age. It sucks, you know? Right, so doubting, you doubt yourself. So the doubting, whenever I doubted myself on doing anything, that's like the inner thought, that's like the inner dialogue, that's just programs in the mind. Maybe you created those because someone said something to you when you got something wrong, etc., etc. So that's definitely what happens. Channel is literally like spirituality, um, Schumann resonance, solar space, a little bit of space weather, and Schumann resonance, and pretty much like a spiritual based channel. You don't like relying on people to take decisions. So, did you mess up? Was there a mess up in the past? A trust issue or something? Yeah, it's like one thing after another, right? Yeah, right. When you find something wrong, you keep going and going and going and going. Right? Like you keep finding that path. You know what I mean? Uh, it was at first it was Schumann activity and some space weather, and then we kind of went into some spirituality, and now we are pretty much just talking about anything because why not? You always feel like you have to ask permission or apologize. Well, the over apologizing that usually stems from um, like a parent disciplining, or I don't know the right word for it right now, but bashing in a way, um, for no reason towards the kid, and then you over apologize. Yeah, I know people like that. I know I gamed with this kid, and every single sentence he kept saying, I'm sorry. He's like, yo, you want to, where are we going to land? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, what are you sorry for? And then keeps talking. He's like, I'm sorry. I apologize. And I'm just confused. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something, like parents be doing a lot of traumatizing and or Believe me, I was I was getting programmed from like a little age till about 18 or like probably about 5 to 18. So I had to cut out so much nonsense. It's crazy. Sometimes when we meet certain people, they trigger us and they piss us off. They trigger the ego for like no reason. Sometimes for no reason they just do it. Like they're just it's just a simple conversation and you're triggered like you know what, you're pissed off. These people, I had one come into my life and I'll tell you right now, they might seem evil, but they may not be. Because at the end of the day, they're teaching us. They're showing us something about ourselves, you know? Something that we gotta work on. So if you ever meet someone who's triggering you, or people attempt to trigger you, and this happens in gaming, this happens a lot, honestly. In video gaming channels and things like that, my experience, or even in school, these people are showing you where you need to heal from. Because there's something in some sort of image of yourself that you're still holding that's either not yours or someone made fun of you and it got to you, you know, and people will always pull something out of you. Right. I've had that experience as well. You know, if you're working 9 to 5, some of those people there, they're bored, so all they want to do is do drama. All they want to do is gossip, and sometimes they get really bored and they'll just make crap up just to suck up your energy. Um, you know, it's definitely tough. I didn't understand when that one fully, but like basically, it's usually a trigger within us, and you know, again, some of these people are, you know, maybe they're not good to be around, but then again, sometimes when there's triggers, it's something that we have to heal, you know. So it's always good to journal, always good to write things down, you know, how you are and feel at certain points, you know, in your job, when you're working out at the gym, because you might be at the gym and someone might tell you lift up the weights. You might think to yourself, you're not lifting enough weights because they say empty that shit up, you know what I mean? So, I always thought to myself, I always have to keep lifting heavier and heavier because, you know, if I don't have at least a 45 on each side, I ain't lifting shit, you know? So that was a program. So I always had to hit at least, you know, 135, you know? I had to at least do that or else I wasn't really lifting and people would make fun of me when I just had to ignore it. So every time someone said something, it triggered me. All right, I think my phone's going to die. I think I gave enough wisdom and pretty much out there, man. And if you want to work on yourself, start journaling, writing down everything, writing down how you see everything, and horrible to feel left behind. There's no really no left behind. That's not the point at all. That must be something that's stemming though, right? Like if you're not doing what everyone else is doing in the gym, if you're not doing that, I don't feel like I'm left behind. I'm not focused on anyone else's paces but my own. So I don't feel left behind if I'm not hitting the same weight as everyone else in the gym. I have to realize that I'm on my own path, my own pace, and I need to focus on that. Of course, I need to push myself, but at the same time, I can't be focused on what everyone else is doing, and I have to realize some other people's success. Some people, they might get 100,000 views when I got 7 right now. They might have 1,000 views. That's obviously, I believed I could get there, but at the same time, I ain't feeling left behind or anything like that. So I don't really look at myself as feeling left behind. If that popped up for you, then that might be something you got to work on. All right. Hopefully you got a lot out of that. Appreciate everybody showing up to the stream and whatnot. Truly thankful and grateful for everyone. If I help one person today, well, that makes a big difference in this world. That's what it's all about. So thank you all so much, and I will see you all next time.